Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Super Speedway Kings coming live at you right here. MaxspeedTV, Bobby with all the hobbies on a wonderful Tuesday night here in the fabulous state of freaking Ohio. That's right, where we can see 60-degree weather, sleet, freezing rain, and snow within 24 hours. Doesn't get any better than that, right? Speaking of not getting any better than that, you got the best of the best of the best of the best right here tonight with the Super Speedway Kings. This is going to be fun. They get two fast repairs, two get out of the pits free card, in case somebody happens to make an oops, get caught up in a few of the incidents. You know, not a big deal. You get fixed. It should be a good time. Never a dull moment. And of course, Talladega, what can I say? Four wide racing? Absolutely, with these guys, nothing but four wide racing. They love it. They live for it. So, we're going to get into the national anthem. Get something to eat, drink, munch on, whatever. Get your butt back here. And let's have us a little bit of fun. YouTube style, MaxspeedTV. You got a driver or anybody you want me to holler out? Unhook the plow, accelerators on the right. You know, whatever. You tell me and I'll say it. We will be right back right after these messages. And the anthem.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming to say, slander the prey, the U.S. of A. Oh, Satan's that star, spangled banner gave way for the land of the free. In the
Welcome back, everybody. Super Speedway Kings coming to you. Talladega Max Speed TV. Bobby with all the freaking hobbies here. A couple things. Trucks, different than cars. You can breathe on these guys, and you can upset the handling on these things. And it's basically, it's not a fixed setup. This is an open setup, so everybody has something different. Sometimes it works together good, and sometimes it won't work together good. Depends who you are, you know. Depends on what setup is what. Some like certain setups. Other ones can't run with those setups because it will upset the apple cart. It just depends. That's what makes it so exciting on an open setup league. Because it's pretty realistic. I mean, you don't know what you're going to get. You get behind somebody who's got a boatload of tape, you're going to go fast. You get somebody with a boatload of tape stuck behind somebody, well, they're going to overheat and blow their truck up. All kinds of little different things that you do here. As far as going for the really fast super setups, well, you got a lot of guys out here, they think they've got it. And we're going to figure that one out and find out here shortly. Green flag pit stops, always fun to watch. It's either poetry in motion or it's going to be a crap show. You just don't really know. But hopefully tonight it's going to be a good one. As far as fast repairs, again, like I said, you get 2. That is it. So the guys are coming to the grid, and when they do, I'll do what I do best. That's screw up their last names. It's what I do. I live for it. And I think, yep, they're getting ready to show up now. I think. Waiting for them patiently here. And here they come. Now they're starting to come around a little bit. All right, let's do this. Let's have some fun with it. What do you think, huh? Starting on the pole of the 90, Mr. Gary Jenkins. He can get around this place better than anybody. He's tough. And another one that can get around it better than anybody is right beside him in the 23, Sebastian Marin. There's some reason why the kid's 19 years old and he's never had a girlfriend. That's because he spends all his time in his simulation rig, in his iRacing rig, and he practices. The kid is tough to beat. Keep an eye on him. He will be a factor, I guarantee you. Row number 2, the 16, the league owner, Mr. Jimmy Crow. And, of course, one of my favorites is the 88. I call him the snake, Mr. Gabe Butler. He's always in the back waiting and watching. And then he's going to pounce on you, and you don't even know it, and he's got you, and it's too late. Nothing you got to do. Keep an eye on him. Row number 3 to 77, Zachary Lima, another guy that can get around here. Joe Delavecchia in the 052 beside him. Row number 4 to 7, Dale Willoughby and the 38 of Tim Hamilton. Row number 5, Rick Seabrands in the 04, the ladies' man himself, and I don't know why. I've seen pictures. Not even close. Mark Mann. Row 6, the 071, Eric Lowry in the 42 of Mr. Jason Kirkland. Row 7 to 95, James Mayer. He loves to push. And the 24 of Mike Rimkus. Row number 8, the 81, Michael Russell. Another guy. Watch him. The 088, plain and simple, I just call him Stefan O. Row number 9 to 72, Sean Stevens in the 07 of Joshua Milam. Row 10 to 63, the boy wonder is not a boy no more. He's grown all up, and that will be one Logan Hilton. Watch him. He can get around here as well. And, of course, the 89, Joshua Gathright. Row 11 to 429, Mr. Paul Witt in the 48 beside him, B.K. Anderson. Row 12, the 000, G. Avani. That's That's it. So I'm calling it. The 171, Robert Rock beside him. Row 13, number 9, Charles Johnson. And the 41, Tracy Weaver. Row 14, the 448 of Andy. I'm just going to call him Andy. I'll probably screw it up. The 85, Alcino with him, a veteran. Watch him. Andrew Schroeder in the 048 machine. And Dude Conrad in the number 8. 1611, Robert Felzine in the 15, Noel Cowers. The 17th row, 31, Patrick Alvarado in the 14, Dave Bingle. Row number 18 to 45, Todd Siebels in the 510 of Richard Sanchez. Row 19 to 55, the Van Halen man himself, Dean Wilkinson. And the 101 beside him of Randy Miner. And that's going to be it. I got through them. I'll live another day. Okay, let's get us some engines. Get us a little bit of motor activity here. You know how it works. If they like it, we're going to go green. The admins will be watching very carefully tonight. They do a really good job watching these cats. And away we go. We're gone. Green flag. First lap, who's going to lead it? Now, Gary Butler, that's who's going to lead it. Gabe's on your top side, down at the bottom, and the 90 is going to be Gary Jenkins. Already thinking about 3 wide? Absolutely we are. Mr. Jimmy Crow, the pusher down in the bottom. Joe Delavecchia is going to be your pusher up top, and here comes that third line. Oh, a little spin right there, and that's going to bring out a caution for sure, without a doubt. Go back here and see if we can find some of the... A lot of lagging going on right here, and I don't know why. That's an iRacing thing. Definitely not me. That might be something we're going to have to watch here. Hopefully we'll be able to fix that. First caution of the night. Not going to be pretty right off the get-go. The 89 and the 24 get together. Give a little love tap. And we'll watch that off the front nose of the 088 machine. We'll get a better view of that, hopefully. We should, anyway. And that will be Mr. Stefan O. Let's see. Let's watch this one. You say it, well, a little, you know what? That's a little net coding going on is what that is. Those boys really didn't even touch. Slow it down and watch him up here. That's where iRacing thinks they're going to hit. Yeah, that was strictly netcode right there. So the boys aren't going to be happy campers until they watch it and they realize that it was netcode. Then they won't get their hemorrhoids in an uproar and everything will calm back down and we'll be okay. But that's what happens. iRacing needs to really work on this thing, man. Big time. This netcode stuff, it just sucks. That's where it assumes something's going to happen, so they make it happen. Not a good thing, to say the least. Mara, nice to see you out there. Brian Anderson, hello. The boys are all going to come in here. Every last one of them, I do believe. Just so they can get that all-important teaspoon of fuel. If this comes down to a fuel mileage race, this right here could be the reason why the ones, they won it. Very, very important. Now, I'm not sure what happened. I'm trying to see. He was there for a minute, and then he was gone. And I'm talking about the 23 of Sebastian Marin. The kid that hasn't had a date, but he can run a race car. He's gone. Right at the beginning of the green flag, he disappeared on us. So he might be having internet issues, or he forgot to feed the squirrel. One or the other. There's your top 5. Russell, Jenkins, Della Vecchia, Butler, and Mr. Lima. They call him Lima, but when I see it, it's Lima, so who knows? Depends my mood tonight, what I want to call him, huh? Those are your top 5 right there. But we get a lap in, and the ugly net code catches us. The 81 Michael Russell. Take a look at his ride. A Caterpillar feller. Spent 20 years in a Caterpillar. That's his ride. Going back here a little ways. Let me see. I'm trying to find out. Don't know exactly what happened. But the young gun, one of the young guns is definitely out of it. So he must have had an internet issue. Taking a look at Mr. Mark Mann. He's always a bridesmaid and never a bride. So this guy has finished second more times than I think anybody that I've ever broadcasted. So maybe things might change tonight. I don't know. Hopefully that simulation rig is completely in full bloom with a whole bunch of rabbit's feet, whatever you want to call it. Or in his case, you might want to think about a horse's leg or something. There he is, the Wrangler machine. Always there at the very, very end and about 200 feet, 200 yards or so from the checker flag, something happens. And that's something we'll talk about real quick. Why? Because it's Talladega and I got all the time in the world. But towards the end of these races, things get really, really crazy. These boys, they start sticking it in places they think it will fit, but it don't fit. And I'm referring to those trucks right there that you're looking at in your screen. Every single one of these guys has got to stick it somewhere where they think they can make it work. And 9 times out of 10, it don't work. And that's what causes a bunch of our little accidents that we have towards the end of this race. That's why it's ever so important to watch out for your fast repairs and take care of them through the race. It's a long race. You got to be there. You got to be in it to win it. And you got to be there. And you certainly got to have all the fenders on it. You can't be all dented up because why? Aerodynamics. And when you push these guys, you better make sure you are absolutely square to that bumper. You've got to be perfectly square to that guy up ahead of you. If you're not square and you touch him ever so slightly, you will turn him. And then you're going to go from a hero to a zero because everybody's got to be ticked. Well, because you caused a big one. Michael Russell down in the bottom in the Ocat machine. Gary Jenkins is going to be up top. The pusher, oh so important to make this thing work for your line, very much so. You want to bury it right in the back end of the guy out front, literally. That's what you got to do. Third place truck, he's got to be right there as close as he can without touching the pusher. And that's what makes your line go fast. And if he likes it, we're going to go racing. Oh no, Sebastian just came on and said the power went out right there at the green flag. Speaking of green flag, away we go. trouble. We got a spinner in the back. He's going to get it back on track. No harm, no foul, no yellow flag. Away we go. And I'm not sure who that was, to be honest with you. I think that might be, and I do believe it is, Mr. Joshua Gathright. So he's going to lose the draft, and it's going to hurt. Speaking of the draft, here they are right up front. Who's leading it? That Zachary Lima guy. That's who's leading it. One of the Dale Cup boys. Which really the Dale Cup boys has kind of fizzled out, and some left and quit and pursued other careers, I guess, or hobbies. We got a few of them left. Some of them have no electricity. Whoa, speaking of which, he gets turned. And he's going to go for a nice little ride. And that's going to bring out caution number 2, I will assume. I don't know, maybe not. Let's see. Could it be a late caution? Not seeing one. That's going to separate this field tremendously. Some of these guys, they will be able to catch back up. But you know what? We got a long race. You can see Mr. Lima is tore all 2 pieces. That puppy's got more wrinkles in it than my grandmother. Lots of wrinkles. But I'm going to try to figure out what happened with him, because I got the time to do it. Let's watch it and see. A little slow-mo. I think the 42 ran him over. Nope, the 42 hit him in the right rear, and that's not where you push. Remember our little educational thing I went through with you? That's what happens when you're not square and you push somebody. So all the sweet blame goes on Mr. Jason Kirtland on that ride. Not quite sure why you want to push the ever-living crap out of somebody with only about, 5 laps in a race. A long way to go. But that's what happens. That is a no-no. 5 cats or 7 cats, 6 cats out here, whatever it is. They got a nice little advantage right here. It stayed green. Sebastian, if you get your power back, you hop back in. I'll put you in the booth with me, brother. And all you got to do, if you're off a little bit to the right, when you're pushing these guys, you will hook them and you will turn them. Plain and simple. Now, the cars, it's a little bit tougher. You can beat the snot out of those things, and you're not, it's not going to turn them. Eventually you will, but they can take a hit and then keep on going. Not these trucks. Out front, James Mayer in the 95. Right behind him with his nose buried to him is going to be the 63 of Logan Hilton. And when I mean buried, I mean buried. You see, he gets off of him in the turns, and he gets ready to come up off the turn into the straightaway. He'll give him a shot right here. And then he'll back off just a little bit into that tri-oval. As you can see, he backs out a little bit. He'll come right back up at him if he can catch him. But he can't this time, but he'll get all lined up coming out of this turn, and he'll push him all the way down the backstretch. That's how you do it, folks. Della Vecchia is going to be third in the 81 of Michael Russell. Right there fourth. Now you can see these other cats starting to catch right back up. There's Mr. Gabe Butler, fifth. Mark Mann started 10th, and he's sitting in sixth already. And here comes the rest of the fellas. They will eventually all catch up. Don't worry. And that's true. Sebastian is going for the points for the championship. If his power comes back, hopefully he's going to be back out on the track and hop back in and run again. Let's take a look at their speeds. About 185 mile an hour, I believe, is what they're going to get up to. Oh, no, I'm lying. They actually saw 191 there for a minute. That's pretty quick. Now, pit stops? I don't know. Anywhere between lap 23 and lap 25. That's about the going rate for these guys right here. Of course, we have had 2 cautions already, and somebody came in and got their teaspoon of fuel, so it could be a little bit longer. Tire wear, not really a big deal, but I will tell you, you start getting 40 laps on a set of right sides, and somebody taps you, you're going to go flying. It really makes it tough to handle. Go on back here a little ways with another group trying to catch up single file. There's Dean Wilkinson. They're all single filed, every single one of these guys. You can watch it. You can see them up there. These guys will catch that main pack up there if they stay single file. Eventually, they can get them. Providing that everybody up there in that pack in front, and some of them happen to dart out and try to do a little too wide stuff or whatever, it's going to be a little bit longer to catch, or easier to catch them. But if they stay single file like that, it's going to take a bit for these guys, but they will all get caught up eventually. And right in front, the 88, Mr. Gabe Butler, there he is. He's got a picture of my wife in the back of his truck, and I didn't okay it. Yeah, right. Thinking about going too wide up here are these boys already. Dale told me to do it, and Bobby, will you sign my eyeballs? Well, it just depends where they're at. That's all I can say. Logan's still hanging out on that second truck, doing all the pushing. James Mayer, he's in what I like to call, that's right, the rocket chair. He was as safe as in your mama's arms. Well, you're supposed to be anyway. Checking on Mr. Paul Witt back here in the 429 ride. There he is. We have no OBS cameras tonight because they didn't want to play nicely with me. Oh, got a blinker out here right in front too. That might be Mr. Randy Miner, I believe. Let's take a lookie and see if he blinks again on us. And that's something your admins will watch too. You see him hopping out of line right there, didn't you? A lot of these guys are pretty respectful. They know they got a blinking, something's going on. You know, they don't have to be told. They usually get out of the way. They don't want to cause any problems. Oh, Steve, one of the original Dale Cup boys is in here tonight. Nice to see you, Steve. And no, I am not going to autograph your eyeballs because knowing you, you probably got a set tattooed on each butt cheek. Not gonna do it. He's a crazy man, I'm telling you. Got ourselves a lapper right here. Now, this can get a little hairy. It's the 000 up there, and that's Giovanni. He's going to keep it up against the wall as far as you can and stay out of that trouble, hopefully. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But it looks like it's worked out just fine. Some other notables. Jimmy Crow, way back here. I mean, way back here. He started third. Now he's riding around in the 27th position. And you know what he's doing? He's riding around and letting the laps wind down. A lot of these guys, they're veterans. They'll do that. Gary Jenkins, there he is. He's had to use a fast repair already. He's been caught up in an incident. He's got one left to burn. And now they're all caught back up. It looks like anyway, at least this pack is. And they are all caught up, actually. It'd take them about, what, 4 laps? Not too bad. The 3 wide is coming, not to worry. Be patient, Grasshopper. If the Dale Cup boys were in this thing, it'd be 3 wide after the first lap. Mark Band, new leader on the bottom in the rocket chair. Mara out in YouTube land, that's the truck owner of the 04. She's probably a happy camper right now. And who's your pushers? Well, Sean Stevens is your pusher up top. And Mr. James Mayer is your pusher on the bottom. $18 laps out of 77. The boys have settled down a little bit. Mr. Paul Witt taking a look. He's moving his way on up. Got ourselves another lapper coming. Now that's a scary thing, I'm telling you. You can see him coming right here at him. I've said it once, and I've said it 50 times. I'll say it 50 more. When you got a lap guy by himself and you got a whole herd of these boys coming at you, they're going to pounce on him like a fat lady on a banana split. Or a fat guy. If I have one, I'd pounce on it. And that usually causes a problem. But so far, it looks like he's going to go back and hop in line and everything should be okay. Now it's the 31's time to do a little bit of pushing. Mr. Paul Witt working his way up. He's the pusher on that top side now. And he knows how to push around here. And so does that 85 Alcina, a veteran. You look in your rearview mirror and you see Alcina or Paul Witt or somebody behind you, Gabe Butler, Logan Hilton, Mark Mann. You see those cats in your rearview mirror, you can just have a smile. And there, Mr. Dean Wilkinson says, you know what? I'm going to make it 3 wide. Who's going to go with me? And to be honest with you right now, he's kind of like the ugly child or the ugly girl in prom night. Nobody wants to dance with him. He's going to hop right back in line. You know what that's like, don't you, Sebastian? Sanchez taking a little peek at that outside there a little bit. Or he's trying to cool his motor down, one or the other. Mr. Gabe Butler's sitting comfortably back here in the 16th spot. He started 4th. The tunnel take is saying, come on, Todd. And I know exactly who he's talking about. And he, too, is a veteran. I just got to find him. There he is. Talking about Mr. Todd Siebels, back in the 20th spot, started 35th. Riding around with him right here. You can see all those trucks up in front of him. That's exactly where he likes to be. If something was to happen, he's got plenty of time to get out of the way and hopefully not hurt his truck and use a fast repair. A veteran move. But there he is, currently 20th. Patrick Alvarado down to 31 in Mama's arms, the rocket chair. Mr. Alcina on the outside, getting a little bit of push by Mr. Paul Witt. And looks like we got ourselves the pit stop starting already. And what I will do is I will stick this bad boy. If I can find it, I will. Hang on. There. Patrick Alvarado went in by himself. That's just flat out gonna suck. He's not gonna have no help whatsoever. He'll be out the Lone Ranger all by himself. Kind of like Sebastian on a Friday or Saturday night by himself, you know what I mean? He's gonna love it when he watches this broadcast. The 07. Oh, wow, here we go. The technical difficulties are starting to come up and bite me in the butt. I can't click on my drivers. It's kind of frozen. So y'all might have to be a little patient. I might have to do something kind of different myself here. Alcino on that outside. Mr. Johnson in the 9 machine going backwards. All right, I'm gonna have to make a adjustment real quick, get things back up where we were at. So give me 1 second. I shall be right back. Well, we're sort of kind of back. Trying to figure out what is going on. Joshua Milam is out here leading it. I can tell you that. Alcina, he happens to be right there on that top line. Feels like it's Friday the 13th or something here. I don't know. Still working on this, but I'll get your telemetry back up here in a minute. I promise I will. Hey, we got it back up. I think I might be in business. And just in time, it looks like. 72, Sean Stevens. He's doing a great job pushing. And here we go. Started out with some pit stops already. Watch him come in. Everybody came in nicely. Worked out pretty well now, didn't it? Now, who stayed out leading the show? Gary Jenkins is actually in 22nd place. Your leader is Mark Mann in the 04 machine. And right behind him for the second place position is going to be the number 4, Mr. Rick Seabrand. So we're a little bit, as far as everybody being together on the same page, not quite, but that should change right here when these cats come in for their pit stop. And these guys done a great job too. Mr. Mark Mann coming in. Everybody doing pretty good job. Pretty proud of him on that one. Back out on the track, though. What do we got? The 7-2 of Sean Stevens. He is in 7th place, but when he comes back around, he's going to be leading it. And Josh Milam right there in tow. Tim Hamilton in the old Ernie Irvin ride, or There's a few other ones that done it. But I remember it in the Ernie Irvin. The Haviland. God, there must be like 4 or 5 different guys that's been in that paint scheme. I gotta be careful, I'll give away my age. Right now, coming back around, he is the leader, though. The 72 is Sean Stevens. He's not currently in 7th. Let the telemetry catch back up here when they cross the line. But he is towing the 07 right there with him, Josh Milam. Josh knows how to get around his places just as well as anybody else, too. And he loves to push. Logan Hilton, he's going to be in your 4th spot. James Mayer is going to be 5th. Mark Mann's going to end up being in the 6th. Tracy Weaver 7th. Richard Sanchez 8. Al Cena 9 and 10. Joe Della Vecchia. Those are your top 10 running for now. $30 laps out of 77 in the books. Race summary. There you have it. Now, screw the race summary, caution-wise, because I had to reset everything, so it's not going to give you that. But it is going to tell you that we've had 12 lead changes here so far. Getting ready to... A little three-truck breakout right here, but that's going to change. These boys will catch them. A little bit of 3 wide going on. Al Cena up there with Mr. Paul Witt in tow. The 89 of Mr. Gathright, he's trying to get his lap back the hard way. He's trying to race it back. Now, Gary Jenkins is a lap down. Giovanni a lap down. Zachary Lima's a lap down. Robert Felzine and Mr. Johnson, he's 2 laps down. So he's got a little bit of work cut out for him. Hit the like button for these fellas. I promise you don't get a blister. If you do, let me know. I'll send you a Band-Aid. Let these guys know you appreciate it. I get paid either way. But these guys is what's putting the show on. Me, I don't know nothing. I just don't want to be boring. Stevens right there, and he's a happy camper with Josh Milam in his rearview mirror. These guys are working pretty good together. The 41, Tracy Weaver, he's working his way up on that top line. Hope everybody had a wonderful Tuesday. If not, we'll try to make it a little bit more exciting and fun here tonight. I'm looking to see if the old Sebastian Marin, if he got his power back and he's back joined us or not, and I do not see him anywhere. So he's still MIA. Tracy Weaver right now, kind of happy. Jenkins doing a good job pushing him, and he would love to get his lap back. $33 out of 77 in the books. Right there, the 55, Dean Wilkinson. Man, I just love the Van Halen tribute truck. But there he sits, currently 6th, riding on top of the hood or the roof with him. Stevens out front with fresh air. And that's what it looks like when you're leading the race. Sebastian out here on YouTube, he says, nope, I've still got no power. He's probably sitting in the dark, in the corner, in his race rig with his whoopee. Don't be afraid of the dark, Sebastian. It's okay, buddy. Just listen to my voice. It'll be all right. Thinking about 3 wide? Sure I am. Gabe Butler is. And here they come. Butler out there being pushed by Della Vecchia. Some of the guys hanging out way back here. I mean, way back here. Mark Mann, currently 17th. Todd Siebels is 18th. Michael Russell, 21st. Racing out here with all his friends. All of his friends is all around him. But he's going to be losing some time, big time. And just to let you know, buck 71. These cats up here, about a buck 85, buck 90. So, yeah, he's going to be losing a little bit. Jimmy Crow, he's in the 21st position. Right there in tow, Zachary Lima's leading these boys up. Sean Stevens in the rocking chair down on the bottom. In the 41, Tracy Weaver right there in the middle. Still trying to get something going on that top lane. Gabe Butler and friends. Drops it right on down, pretty as you please. Weaver in the rocking chair and loving it. Now, all these cats that you're looking at right there in the middle and up top, they would love nothing more to be that truck right down there on the bottom, the first one. It's what they're all shooting for. Sebastian says it's a pretty big outage. He lives out there somewhere, I don't know, Pudentane, New Mexico or somewhere, I believe. We were enjoying it. You can see how that bottom line, they really get together. They can just pull away a little bit. That second line having a hard time, not really getting a whole lot out of it. And that is Mr. Jenkins trying to get his lap back the hard way. $39 out of 77 laps in the books. You know, it's going to really suck for you, Mr. Sebastian out on YouTube there. Lost his power and got knocked out of the race. You're going to miss your Hallmark movie tonight, aren't you? Trying to make something happen on that middle, or should I say the second line. Now it's going to be the middle line. A couple more cats pull out there on that third. That's going to be Alcina and Mr. Paul Witt. And ew, the 24 almost came up there and give Mr. Alcina a little love tap. And that will be Mr. Mike Rumpkus. I don't think he realized that third line was there. He quickly got it back in tow. Bradley says that this has all been fixed. He knows what's wrong. The only way they're going to beat the kid is to cut his power. Yeah, that's something. You might want to go around the house there, Sebastian, and take a look and make sure you have power. You don't have any cables hanging down on the ground. This could be a communist plot. 3 wide up at the top. The 90, Gary Jenkins, would love to get back on that lead lap. Doing everything in his power, and right now he's by himself. But he is the first one to get a lead back if we have a caution. Tracy Weaver still down in the bottom. He's led 8 laps. And his best friend right now happens to be that 07 of Mr. Milam. Really good run. Tim Hamilton started 8th. He's right here in the mix of things in that 38 machine. James Mayer cracked the top 10. Mr. Seabrains is 10th. Butler slides back into the 12th spot. Sitting back here watching the laps wind down. Dean Wilkinson came all the way up and played for a while. He comes back to the 17th spot. Kind of happy, resting, relaxing right there. And that's what it's like riding with him. Now I'm really curious. He's going to have to get some Van Halen a tar on his helmet and his race suit. I'm a little disappointed in that. I talked to him about that one. Back here watching the show, there's Jimmy Crow. He's currently in the 20th position. These cats are still in line trying to catch his lead back. Uh-oh, we got a problem. The 04 Mr. Mark Mance, something has happened. He's gone. I've clicked on him. He's disappeared. Mara Clark, what is going on with your driver? Something has happened. That must be a pretty good outage from New Mexico to New York. You guys are starting to scare me out here a little bit. Hopefully Russia's not cyber attacking the wrong country. Weaver's still on the bottom. Josh Milam, he's another one. He loves to push and he's good at it. Staying back far enough in these turns, sticking it out a little bit to cool that temperature down. Sean Stevens peeks out. He's got the 24 of Mike Rumpkus there with him, but he's going to need some more trucks to help them out. $45 out of 77 laps. Not too shabby. Doing a really good job. Now, here in about another 4 to 5 laps, we should be seeing some green flag pit stops coming up again. And they're already starting early right now. Here comes a few of them. And it looks like they got 3 of them that came in this time. Mr. Wilkinson, and of course I believe that's the 45 and Mr. Siebel's behind him. They're in front of him. I believe the leader popped in early as well, because he's gone. Milam's going to be leading it now with Logan Hilton right there behind him. Let's see if they're all going to come in this time, or are they going to hang out another lap or two. At some point, they'll probably have to do a short pit, they call it. Oh, 11 likes. Appreciate it. 19 people watching. For those of you that hit the like button, I'm sure the Super Speedway Kings appreciate it and like it. Kind of lets me know I don't suck that bad, I guess. And for the rest of you that didn't hit the like button, well, you do suck. I'm joking. Hit that like button for it. Let them know you appreciate it. Joshua Mylock. What paint jobs that cat have? It's a good-looking paint job. Mr. Paul Witt, these cats are sitting right back here just riding along. Now, what I'm going to try to do if I can, I'm going to try to time this thing out. If I see them going in to the pits, we're going to ride around with Mr. Gabe Butler as they go into the pits. Hopefully, I can click on it fast enough. And here comes a few of these scouts. Oh, we only got one more. One only, the 24. He got to go by himself. That ain't good. Maxine Grimes is saying, let's go 63. Well, I'd say he's doing quite well. He's running in second place right here. He started 19th, and here he is. They cut the power to Sebastian Marin's house. That's the only way they can beat him. They're probably going to have to do something of that sort to the 63, because that kid's tough as well. Coming around again. There's Butler. And here comes a couple more. There's 3 of them. That's it. Well, there's more than 3. I see a lot of guys spinning around here. A lot of smoke, but yeah, there we go. We got it backwards. Logan Hilton's running backwards, folks. I'm not kidding you. I'm not lying. We're gonna have to check this one out if I can find it. That's just too funny. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. Watch this. It's coming in with the rest of these cats. Well, he's thinking about it. Yeah, here he comes. Whoa, he gets it a little sideways, trying to hang on, and he just touches Milo, I do believe. But let's watch this. He says, heck with it. I'm just going to drive it backwards so I don't lose any time on my pit stop. Whips it around, puts it in the pits. Thank you very much. That's impressive. Still out front, James Mayer. Now he's leading it. Let's take a run right here. Let's see. Riding with Gabe Butler. Are they going to go in this time or not? We'll give you a chance to experience what it's like to have a Super Speedway iRacing pit stop. Will they come in this time? Yes, he is. Gets her slowed down to the pit road speed, which let me tell you, that's a lot of braking, and if you're not careful, you'll spin it around. Logan Hilton showed us. That's pretty impressive, Max Steam. Watch him spin it around and drive it backwards. A little Days of Thunder move. Gabe's got to come in. He's got to take a full tank of fuel. And while he's doing that, he might as well get him some tires. And away he goes. And that's how you do a pit stop. The easy way. Seabrands is going to be your leader right now. He is the only one that's been out there. Everybody else has been in. And he's coming in right now all by himself. And Mr. Markman, where's he at? Where's he at? He's back. He's back with us. And he's only 2 laps down, so that's a good thing. Mara, you can relax. Something happened to him, but he came back, and he is 2 laps down, so hopefully he'll be able to make that up. Now he's showing 1 lap down, obviously, because he's leading these guys. The 171. Robert Rock. There he is. 3rd truck in. He's your leader. Mr. Dean Wilkinson is going to be 2nd, and Todd Siebels is 3rd. In the back, you can see him. That's Mr. Jimmy Crow. He's 1 lap down in 23rd position. Wilkinson sticks it up there up on the top, looking to take the lead, and he's got it. These guys are a little bit off compared to everybody else as far as pit stops. Only by probably about 3 or 4 laps, 3 laps. Not too bad. Strategy moves. Well, Mark Mann, he will be, if I'm not mistaken, let me look. The first cat to get his lap back is going to be Mr. Jimmy Crow, and that's 16. If we get a caution. But right now, Mr. Todd Siebels is leading the way. So that is going to make somebody out here a happy camper. I'm trying to figure out who it was that was talking about him. Whoever you are, show yourself. I can't find you. Oh, the tunnel tape. That's who it is. Oh, he ought to be a happy camper because he's leading it. The 81, Michael Russell, he is on the lead lap in 23rd spot. And he is the last cat on the lead lap, as you can tell with the leader right there behind him. Now, it's a funny little thing. And the reason why I say that is because Michael Russell and Mr. Todd Siebels, for some reason why, they really like to gouge each other. I'm sure it's all in fun, but they still like to pick on each other a little bit. So that's a little interesting tidbit right here. But Siebels is 1st, 2nd, Dean Wilkinson, Robert Rock is 3rd. And all the way back around here to these cats. They're trying to catch up with these boys. 4th is Sean Stevens, and he's leading this pack. Well, watch these guys. Let's see where they're at. Just crossed the finish line right there. These guys right here, they're coming around. They're like 7-8 seconds behind, or ahead, I'm sorry. So they got their work cut out for them, that big pack. Jimmy Crow hanging tough right there. He knows he's going to get his lap back if something happens. He is perfectly in line for it. Setting right where he wants to be. Now, I don't know. We can look here. Or I can try to look. This is your second pack. Go way up front here on him. There he is. If you look way up there going into the turn, those are your leaders. Well, some of them. With 20 laps to go, they gotta need a little help. And there will be another pit stop, and they're gonna come in right now. It's gonna be what they call a short pit. They're going to come in and grab just enough fuel to finish this race off, and they're on their way. Everybody will have to do it. Those guys executed it really well. Back out on the track, though, with your leader, Todd Siebels. They will have to come in at some point. Don't know when. Just depends what they want to do. They might be hanging around waiting for a caution to happen. But who can make it all the way? The first guy out of all of these? I mean, this cat right there. Mr. Gabe Butler, that's who. All these guys right here, they could make it. See Logan Hilton up there in the front. He's pushing. Now Logan is in 20th spot. And you can see these guys have caught them. And 4 right now, they are close to being a lap, going to go a lap down here. And that's gonna kind of hurt just a little bit of Jimmy Crow's chances of getting back on a lead lap if we have a caution. Because those two cats right there are going to be a lap down, the 07 and the 63. Actually, Logan will not. He's right there, the last one on that lap, on the lead lap, I'm sorry. So that 45 gets in front of him, he will be a lap down and the first one to get his lap back. Believe you me, Logan is doing some pushing because he wants to do everything in his power to keep that 45 hot rod behind him. Wilkinson, he's in second. $16 to go at the line. And we've had a pretty good race so far, but I do believe things just might start to get heated up here around 8 to go. Now, I will tell you, Mr. Todd Siebels cannot make it. He has to have a pit stop. Mr. Wilkinson has to go to the pit. Mr. Rock cannot make it. Mr. Sanchez cannot make it. The first one that can make it, it's these guys, and Paul Witt is leading them. So Paul Witt, Al Cena, Gabe Butler, all these guys right here, that's where your battle's going to go at for the win for this race. And these guys realized it, and they all have come in. That will bring Mr. Paul Witt when they come around leading the show. And Al Cena will be second. Gabe Butler right there. James Mayer to 95. Now Lima out front in the 77. He's a lap down. So now he's going to be the first one to get his lap back if we have a caution. Siebels is back out on the track, but he is going to go a lap down because these cats are going to catch him, and they are going to pass him. $14 to go at the line. Everybody is going to be able to make it. Except for a couple, but they're back in the back. It's not going to matter. Right here's where it's at. Gabe Butler, the little sneaky snake, battling for position for the lead right here on that top side. Bringing Mr. James Mayer in tow right here with him. Now I'm going to tell you, right there, Gabe Butler, Mayer, and the 4 of C-Brands, they have won. Whoa! Lima gets turned by Paul Witt, and that is going to cause a big one. And it does look like right there, have mercy. He is still bouncing around, folks. Is he ever going to settle down? Yeah, I think he did. James Mayer, he went up and seen Jesus for a minute. Well, let's see. I don't know. I'm see if I can find this real quick. I'm going to have to back it up. It was so much going on. All right. Take a look. Let's see what happens here. We definitely got the Dude Wipes Award winner of the night. And there it is. You can see Paul Witt turned the 77. I know he didn't mean to, but he did. But the guy that really suffered is 95. I mean, take a look at that, huh? I think he went up and shook Jesus' hand. But he definitely going for the ride, without a doubt. And he's still going. Well, I can tell you right now, without a doubt, I like to do this. But James Mayer, definitely the Dude Wipes Award winner of this race. You know what? We're going to ride with him, but there he is. He's going to be the winner of that bad boy. Dude Wipes, when you have more skid marks in your shorts than the track has. Well, let's take a ride with him. He's sitting there staring at my wife in the back of Butler's tailgate, minding his own business. You can see him get turned right there, and away he goes. That's it. Waiting patiently to come down. Well, that's going to change everything, folks. And I mean everything. These cats that stayed out, they were able to stay out. And look who's sitting in the rocking chair now. Mr. Dean Wilkinson is. Robert Rock is going to be second. Todd Siebels is going to be third. Paul Witt will be fourth. Al Cena will be fifth. Now, what's my chances of being able to find him? It's going to be pretty good. How about you, Mr. Wilkinson? Bobby in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Bobby?
I'm going to tell you what, things got a little hairy right there, and thank God it was in your rearview mirror.
Yeah. What happened there? I didn't see.
It looks like Lima got tagged by Mr. Paul Witt and turned him, and, well, he sent him up to see Jesus because he must have went about 400 feet in the air. But a lot of wrecked trucks on that one. That was definitely the big one, but it's nice to see you and Todd Siebels and Robert Rock and Paul Witt. You guys missed it. Al Cena missed it. But what do you think, man? We're coming down about 10 to go here. You gonna be able to keep these cats behind you and win this bad boy?
I'm going to try my hardest. Thanks to Todd with his fuel calculations. It was we had a good run.
Yeah, I've watched you. You normally hang back in the back. That's what the veterans do. To save those fast repairs. And you know what? You're sitting pretty. 12 to go, and you've not even had to use a fast repair, so you can kind of afford to be quite racy, can't you?
Yes, sir, and that's what I'm going to do.
It doesn't surprise me one bit. I would expect nothing less from you. Well, good luck. I got my fingers crossed for you, and you get that Van Halen machine up in Victory Lane. We'll be watching.
Right on. Thanks, Bobby.
Now I got to figure out where in the heck I took you out of. It was TW Motorsports, right?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Good luck. Oh, it's so important when you're a broadcaster, when you pull these guys out of their Discord channels with their teams and you interview them. If you don't put them back in the right one, oh, man, there's a bounty out on your head, I'll tell you. That's just a huge no-no for a broadcaster. You can't talk to his teammates, you can't do nothing. And you're right, Brian Anderson, that was definitely the Dude Wipes Award. That's probably one of the most gnarliest wrecks that I've seen in a while. A single truck. The way, I can't even count those flips. But, yeah, he definitely, that was something special, without a doubt. And usually what I'll do is I keep them all in a file. And then I go through and I watch them all. And the one that literally gets, the best incident, the best wreck, I send him a little something. I send him some Dude Wipes as well. The wreck of the season's what I like to call it. So that's pretty cool. But you can see right here, Wilkinson's going to be leading these cats. The 171 of Robert Rock, he's going to be up on that top side. Your pushers, well, you've got them. Todd Siebels is going to be the pushing down on the bottom. Logan Hilton did not like the blue cone, so you figured he'd knock it out of the way. Mr. Paul Witt, he's going to be pushing on that top side. So we got some good fellers up here. Now, the one I want you to watch, and I don't know, it's probably way too late. I don't think it will. We'll see, though. Keep an eye on that 88 right there, Mr. Gabe Butler, and this is why I nicknamed him the Snake. He's back here in 17th position. He's going to have about 10 laps to go, this bad boy. Watch him. I'll guarantee you he's going to be up here battling before this race is over with. You can count on it. Wilkinson's down on the bottom. Robert Rock is up top. You're watching Super Speedway King. Some of the best Super Speedway drivers coming at you Tuesday night. MaxspeedTV, Bobby, with all the freaking hobbies coming at you. Phew. And that godforsaken, ugly iRacing pace car is out of the way. You'd think they could do something a little better than that. Anyway, it's time to get it on right here. As you can see, everybody's standing up, and they are stoked. Take the green flag. We're going to hover them and stay right with them. I'm not going anywhere else because it's going to get really, really nasty. Witt pushes Rock hard and quick and puts him right up into the rocket chair. Now the 175 of Mr. Robert Rock is right where he wants to be. Seabrands is going to have to try to do the same thing right here with Mr. Paul Witt. He's going to push him up. Is he going to clear him? And if he does, he'll drop right down as well. Let's see. Riding along with Rick Seabrands, the pusher on that top line right here. And no, you can see the bottom line. They're going to catch right back up. Why? Because Dean Wilkinson's not going to let that happen, Captain. His job is to keep right on that nose or that tail of the 171. Makes life really hard to get up there and to be able to drop back in. Whoa, trouble back in the back. Looks like the 41, I think, might have turned somebody, and that is going to be a caution. Let's take a look and see if I can find. That's Tracy Weaver getting his bell rung just a little bit right here. Let's take a look. And there it was. The driver comes down, and I don't know who it is. I'm not really sure who it was. I can't really see his number very well. But anyway, you can see him come down and got into it. That's a 24 that done that. That's who that was. But anyway, you come down and they tagged, and everything behind them is ugly, as you can see it right there. Jimmy Crow's involved. Mark Mann missed that. I don't know how he did it, but he did. Take a look. Let's watch him. Let's ride with Mark. And this is what he sees. Oh, he does get into the back of the 088. He's going to have a little bit of damage, but not a big deal. That's Stefan that he hit. But he will be able to come in and get himself a new ride. So we are froze sitting right here. And there's your leader, Mr. Paul Witt. And you want to know how all that happened? Well, we'll watch that as well. The accident starts right back there now. And coming right up to the line, you can see it. There's the accident. Caution comes out. Mr. Paul Witt's leading by about a half a truck. So that's how that happened. Now we're going to have a little chance and we're going to chat with him. I'm thinking. Well, I'm hoping to.
I was going down pit road and I was gonna get nabbed for speed, and I got it slowed down enough.
Let's see. I'm gonna get him up here in just a second. I'm working on it. It's tough. Talk to me, Mr. Paul Witt. Bobby in the booth. Got a copy.
Hey, Bobby, how are you?
I'm doing just fine. Now you're leading it. 8 to go. Mr. Seabrand's right there behind you.
Yes, sir. I was looking. I was like, well, who's behind me, Rick or Dean? I'd take either one of them.
Well, that's exactly where he's at, right behind you. And I'm going to tell you, that's the guy you really want to be around, let me tell you. That guy's got more championships than I've got underwear in the top drawer.
Well, I'm not going to leave this bottom lane. I'm going to ride this yellow line and see what happens.
I noticed that last incident, you and Lima kind of got it tagged just a little bit, touched a little bit, and luckily you escaped that and was able to continue on.
Yeah, I was trying to push him, pretty good. I wanted to get up in front of Gabe because he was a lap down. So I don't know if he was trying to drag his brake or slow down or something, but I got a pretty good run and I just bumped him, and I hate doing that, but it was a mistake.
Yeah, it happens. You got, now, just to let you know, which I'm sure you do by looking at your telemetry, you got some pretty heavy hitters out here behind you, pal. Dean Wilkinson, Rick Seabrands, Todd Siebels, Al Cena, Gabe Butler.
Yeah,
son.
you didn't have to tell me all that.
Yeah, I don't want to make your knees wobble or anything or make you start sweating bullets, but man, you got some heavy hitters behind you. You going to be able to keep them behind you here for about another 7 laps?
I'm going to try. I'll do what I can. Just stay at this bottom lane, and if I have to move up the block, I'll move up the block.
Make that truck 50 feet wide, won't you?
You betcha.
Well, we're going to be watching, and good luck.
Thanks, Bobby.
Now I got to figure out what room I took you out of.
2.
Okie dokie. Good luck.
Yep, thanks.
There you go. You heard it. Made him a little nervous when I told him about the big hitters behind him. But to be honest with you, about every driver in this thing's a big hitter. They don't call it Super Speedway Kings for nothing. Top 5, right there they are. Remember what I said. Keep an eye on the 88, and not just because he's got a picture of my wife in his tailgate either. Watch the 88. That's all I'm going to say. He makes me nervous, and I'm not even racing. I mean, I don't know. He's good. All these guys are good. This cat right here, he is something special. He can drive. Seabrands, he can get it done as well. Wilkinson, I mean, there's some big hitters. Todd Siebels, Lord have mercy. Al Cena, oh man. If I was Paul, I don't think I would even look in my rearview mirror. I just look straight ahead. Paul Witt, Robert Rock, Rick Seabrands, Dean Wilkinson, Joshua Milam, Todd Siebels, Al Cena, Richard Sanchez, Eric Lowry, Gabe Butler. Top 10. Certainly not going to jinx anything, but I am going to tell you, I've seen it where the first 5 or 6 trucks wreck out and 7, 8, 9 are battling for the win. It has happened. So really, top 10 with these many laps left, probably will see another caution. But if not, you got plenty of time to work your way up. And how many people's having a great time? This is really going to be set up to be a good race. For the love of God, hit the like button for these guys. They're putting on a great show for you. MaxspeedTV, Bobby with all the freaking hobbies, bringing it to you here on a Tuesday night. It's about ready to get down and dirty. Tammy Hilton's finally popped in and said hi to us, and her boy, way back here, he's in the 19th spot. He's got a lot of work to do. But if anybody can get it up there, it will be him. And you can see already he is jumping out, making it 3 wide right now. Witt getting a heck of a push by Seabrands. He comes up and makes the move, picks up a little bit of that momentum off that middle line. I'm going to get rid of that. We want to be able to see this really good. There's the Wilkinson in the 55 up in that top line. He's got the 45 with Seabrands being the pusher. Or I'm sorry, I'll take that back. Not Seabrands, dadgummit. That's Todd Siebels. That's the pusher. I better put that back. The 07 right now, Joshua Milam. He is Paul Witt's best friend on that bottom. He heard him in the interview. He ain't leaving the bottom. No matter what. So Seabrands in that middle line. His best friend, Robert Rock, right behind him doing that pushing. And in the middle of that, Gabe Butler. Now, you want to have a little fun? Watch this real quick. Riding along back here in 13th. Riding up here, really close, Gabe Butler in 6th position. You're coming down with 3 to go. You've got to make something happen. And this is where things start to get nasty. Wilkinson up on that top. Top doing pretty well. They got some pretty good mojo going right here. Seabrands keeping it right there in the middle. Like I said, best friend for these guys is the pusher. Nobody is clearing anybody. As you can see it right here, nobody's clearing anybody to make a move anywhere. They're kind of stuck right here. Three to go. Paul Witt at the bottom. He ain't gonna move. He said, I'm staying right there. Seabrands in the middle. He would love more than anything for the 171 of Rock to give him a shove up there to clear him. The 07 ain't gonna let it happen. But that top line, there's Seabrands. He's doing some pushing. If he can get it far enough, Wilkinson will drop down, but he just can't get it cleared. And that's what it's like. And that's where it's nice and tight. And speaking of tight, you throw a blanket over the first 15, 20 trucks. 2 to go. Wilkinson on the top. Seabrands in the middle. Paul Witt down on the bottom in a rocking chair. One of these guys is going to send a box of candy and a dozen roses to their pusher. That's how close and tight this is. Looking at them move all around. Now, something else you got to worry about. At some point, you throw the temperature out the window and you don't care. You stick it in the rear right here of these trucks and you keep it there. It's not going to matter. There's another shot. Paul Witt edged out just a little bit. And man, oh man, I'm telling you. Talking about doing some pushing, the 07 Josh Milam is getting it done. He's not allowing any one of those lines to get up there and get in front of that 429 machine. Now this is what it's about. This is the best of the best racing right here. White flag. Paul Witt, he's edged out about a quarter of a truck length. Coming down to it, who's it going to be? Now they're going to start bumping around each other a little bit. Wow. And you know what? And there's the big one, but it's over with. So what we're going to do, Rick Seabrands has won this thing. But we're going to go back, and I'm going to try to time this out. We're not waiting all day long, if I can help it. And we're going to give you the photo finish. It's a little slow, but I'll get it there. I promise. There it is. Boom. That's how close it was, folks. And I'm going to leave that thing sit right there for a minute for you to ponder that. That is good racing. It doesn't get any better than that. And that's one heck of a finish right there. But Seabrands is going to be your winner. Paul Witt, second. Josh Milam, third. Fourth, Dean Wilkinson. Fifth, Robert Rock. Sixth is Mr. Sanchez. Seventh, Gabe Butler. 8, Tim Hilton. Eric Laurie, ninth. And Todd Siebels. That rounds out your top 10. But take a look at that finish right there. That is impressive. Really impressive. All right, you guys, stick around. We're going to be right back. We're going to talk to the winners. Top 3 fellers here on the podium. Don't go no way. Stick around. I promise we're going to be right back. This is MaxspeedTV Super Speedway Kings on a Tuesday night. Bobby with all the freaking hobbies coming at you. We'll be right back.
We got big-time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane.
Welcome back, everybody. We are here again. Super Speedway Kings. You see that right there? The caution instant replay. Oh, we didn't have very many of them bad boys tonight. All we have was some flat out, downright good racing. And I've kept this image right here at the finish line. you can see how close all these trucks are. And that is one heck of a photo finish. And I'm going to leave it set right there as well. Josh Milam, Mr. Pusher, talk to me.
What's going on, man?
I'm going to tell you what, son, you were pushing for dear life.
Well, I couldn't do my best job there. You know, I enjoy pushing, but I had my tape set up quite high there, so I had to be careful what I was doing. But I was in the red for that entire last lap there. I was trying to hold off and until that last final lap where I give God the best I could there, and it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, I'd say it worked out real well. You got a dozen roses and a box of chocolates coming your way, I believe, my friend. Because, man, did you do some pushing. But congratulations, third place finish. That's pretty awesome. You started 18th, you finished third, you led 10 laps. And, well, you got some points, and that's what we're looking for. But congratulations on your third place. Who do you want to thank?
Thank all these guys for allowing me to come out here and race. Thank you guys in the booth. Thank Jimmy Crow. I enjoy coming over here from time to time and racing. I know some of these guys. I get to race with them in another league. Some of them I'm not very familiar with, but I'm becoming familiar with them. But thanks to Rick and all these guys that allow me to race with them, and thanks to SSK.
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, haven't seen you in a little bit, but it's nice to have you out here, and hopefully we'll get to see a little bit more of you because you're kind of Mr. Excitement along with some of these other fellers. So you get your butt back here.
Yep, try to make it back out next Tuesday if work and such allows me to. So hopefully I can see you guys again.
All right, you take care, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Next in line, Mr. Paul Witt, another Mr. Excitement. I don't know if you can see the replay right now if you're watching it live, but he beat you by a half a truck.
Yeah, I went back and watched it. Kind of miserable that I didn't win. I really wanted to win, but I got to thank Josh, man. He was just pushing the daylights out of me.
Yes,
he was doing an awesome job, and there's no way I would have even gotten a second place if it wasn't for him pushing.
Now, another guy that I don't know a whole lot about, and that's Robert Rock. That's another cat that was doing some serious pushing as well. That was impressive.
Yeah, I was hoping he wasn't going to be pushing Rick so much, but
he did.
Yeah, he did. He did. There's nothing around that. He did, but you know, it was a good race. This was one of the best races that we've had here in a long time.
And it was definitely a good one. I'm going to tell you that. That's why I froze the finish line photo. I got it right here, and I'm keeping it because it's pretty darn impressive. I mean, we're talking. We're 4 wide. And we are bunched up. So that is really awesome to see. But congratulations, second place. You got yourself some points. Who do you want to thank before I get you out of here?
I got to thank you for broadcasting, Bobby. I love the way you broadcast. You know,
you're killing me.
You bring out the excitement in it. I got to thank Jimmy and all the guys in here. And especially I got to thank Josh, man. You know, without him, like I said, I wouldn't even have been close there. You know, and then Al helped me all through the race, so got to thank him. And we worked really well together.
Yeah, doing very well. But congratulations, second place. You got the points, and well, I guess I'm gonna hopefully cross your fingers. Now this is freaking Ohio where I live, where we get 60-degree weather, snow, sleet, freezing rain, all in one deadgum day. But they're calling for freezing rain and 3 to 5 Friday morning. So. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, and we get that, Bobby, from you.
Well, you know, it's a gift that keeps giving. You know what I'm saying?
All right, you get it first, and then we get it second. Thanks a lot.
You don't want to be selfish in any way.
No, that's just a gift that keeps on giving, isn't it?
It sure is. The whole year through.
Right.
All right, brother. You take care, and we'll talk to you.
All right, thanks, Bobby. We'll see you.
Well, Jimmy, we got the winner. We got the big kahuna, the main dude. Rick, talk to me.
What's going on?
Well, I'll tell you. I think you owe a box of chocolates and a dozen roses to that Robert Rock, and we got him in here with us.
Yeah.
Man,
first
this
and
cat
foremost,
can push. This cat can push.
Yes, he can, man. I was watching him more than I was watching anybody here on this whole last lap, or that second to last lap, and he was laying off, be doing such a good job of keeping those temps, you know, where he needed to give me that that good energy, that good push coming back to the line there on that last lap. So tremendous job by him. That third lane up there with Dean and Todd was so good. That line is usually just so fast, and just a credit to Robert for
I kind of scared Paul there because I talked to him there when we went back green, and I told him, I said, I don't want to make you nervous or make your knees knock or anything. I said, but you got some really heavy hitters behind you.
Well, Paul is such a good driver in his own right, and I knew we were going to have our hands full with him and Josh on that low line because Paul runs such a good line, and if you can run any kind of a good line, man, Josh is going to give you 100% honest effort there, and he was pushing Paul like crazy there. He was leading a few of those laps, and again, I think we just had a little bit of that energy in that middle lane, and that's kind of what brought us home for us.
Well, I'll tell you what, like I said, and I'm going to talk to the pusher right now. Robert, talk to me, son. I have to ask you this question. If your mother or your grandmother was walking down the stairs and you were behind them, would you push them? Because you really like pushing.
Well, my mom's probably listening right now, so I'll take the fifth on that.
I'm telling you what, how old are you?
51.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. You are a veteran. There's no doubt about it. The way you push is unbelievable. And like I said, you should have a box of chocolates and some roses coming your way from Mr. C Brands. What a heck of a job you did. You hung out front. You started 23rd. You worked your way up front, and you pretty much just camped out right there.
Yeah, that was pretty much for Todd. I mean, he got our pit strategy all worked out, and we just kind of were hoping it was going to stay green until that pack started coming, and then the caution came out.
Well,
we were going to stay together, but we got separated. So.
Well, I just wanted to give the credit where credit was due. Great job on the pushing, my friend. Definitely really impressive to watch. You take care and you have yourself a good one.
Yeah, awesome job, Robert. Thank you, sir. Good job.
No worries, buddy. Anytime. Congratulations there.
Thank you, sir. All you, man.
Yeah, good job, fellas.
All right, next, the man of the hour. Let me get my little winner's screen thing up here. There it is. Talking with the winner. Again, Rick, pretty darn impressive, my friend. Yeah. I made a comment during the broadcast. I think you've got more championships than I've got underwear in my top drawer.
Well, I tell you what, we've had such a dismal season over here this year, and I mean, we've been caught up in just about everything, and it feels good to at least just get a little bit of a check off one goal that we had for this season. You always want to win at least one race in your season, and thankfully we got that one, man. But yeah, it's been rough over here for us this season. It certainly ain't been like last season for us, that's for sure.
Well, I'll tell you what, you are a winner tonight, and man, you had to work for it, but you got it. Who do you want to thank?
You guys, first and foremost, for bringing this to all the fans and all the fans at home watching. Jimmy, for putting these on every week, man. These are fantastic races, man. Ain't nobody else doing this out there. I mean, you can look at the broadcast. I heard you guys, I haven't seen the replay yet, but I heard you guys talking 3-4 wide finishes, through the trial. I mean, you ain't getting that anywhere else on a Tuesday night. So this is where it's at. It's awesome racing, and tonight's race just proved that.
Well, the name of the league is Super Speedway Kings. I mean, it's simple. It's right there in front of your face. It doesn't get no better than this. Some of the best of the best of the best are out here.
I mean, we just seen it.
And we just seen it. Congratulations, Jimmy. What do you got to say to your winner?
Congratulations, Rick. You're the only two-time champion. I think you've had a win, I think, every season. If not, may have not had a win one season, but you always find victory lane. You're one of the legends. Appreciate you racing. Looks like, looking at these points, looks like season 2 finale all over again. Mark Mann has a 6-point lead over Gabe Butler, just like going into the finale on season 2. So I guess we got the duel part 2 coming next week, our season finale, Bobby.
Yeah, buddy. Now look, I don't know what happened to Mark. He was running great, running up there, and all of a sudden, poof, he was gone for a while, and he ended up coming back, being a couple laps down. So he must have had a problem. And speaking of problems, the boy wonder there, Sebastian Marin, Right at the beginning of the race, poof, he lost power, he said out on YouTube. So that really hurt that kid. But
he said he had like 10-mile-an-hour winds.
yeah, and well, out there where he's at, Puddintain, New Mexico or somewhere, I personally think somebody went around his house and cut the wires or something, because the old saying, if you can't beat them, kill the electric. But anyway, congratulations, Rick. Yeah. Nice job, my friend.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, guys.
You guys have yourself a good one and be safe, and we'll see you, everybody, next week.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, Mr. Bobby. Appreciate you, Bobby.
Not a problem. You take care. We'll talk to you.
Oh, yeah, and thank you to all the fans watching. And again, I apologize to the drivers and the fans for us having a rough season. I'm not proud of it. It is open set. It's not fixed set. So it's a little bit more difficult. But again, appreciate all the fans watching and Bobby broadcast.
All right, you take care. You have a good one. That's it, guys. We got it out. We're out of here. Tuesday night. What better way to spend a Tuesday night than the SSK boys right here at Deca? Next Tuesday, same time, same place, same channel. And hopefully, if the weather permits, we're going to be out here on Friday night for the Super Friday Night Fights. That's where everybody lets it all hang out. You can talk trash. It's the WWF or WWE of iRacing. I mean, they just let it all hang out and have a great time. You can talk smack. You can do anything you want to do. And it's a lot of fun. It truly is. They put on a great show doing it. So remember that on Friday nights. But everybody be safe. This is 2022. Grab a loved one. Give them a hug. Give them a kiss. Tell them you love them. And we'll see you next week. In the meantime, you guys be safe out there. Have a good week. See ya.